So this is circuit. Using superposition theorem, determine the current through 12 ohm resistor. Let us start the solution. As per the superposition theorem, we should remember first and foremost thing is the combined effect can be calculated by considering individual effects. And to calculate individual effect, we should consider a individual cause or an individual source. So when only one source is present, remaining all sources must be made zero. Say here for our simplicity, we are considering only two sources, dear students, but there can be more than two sources. There can be any number of sources. But when you want to study the effect of one source, remaining all sources must be made zero. Say here, say to solve this, considering effect of initially I'll consider V1, which is 54 volt source, only the effect of 54 source. So how we do that? By making V2 short circuiting. So as shown in the figures, I'll draw this figure. Say here only V1 will be present and V2 will be short circuit. Say this here, whatever the V2 is there, it will be zero. V2 is zero. Now say this is V1. I consider the current now through this as I2 dash. When only V1 is present, the current flowing through 12 ohm resistor I consider as a I2 dash. To calculate this, say first I calculate, say for example here, say this current, let me consider this current as I1 dash. First we'll find I1 dash, later so this I1 dash because of V1 will divide between these two branches. Okay, 4 ohm and 12 ohm resistance. For that purpose, we need to find the total resistance of the network as seen by this V1. Okay, means between these two terminals, if it is A and if it is B, between A and B, say if we consider the total resistance between AB, consider that as RAB, which is equal to, so dear students, these two resistors are in parallel and this resistance is in series. I'll directly write 24 plus of 12 parallel with 4. Say this you will get 12 parallel with 4 is 48 divided by 16. This is 3. Say it is 27 ohm. RAB will be 27 ohm. Say now we'll find I1 dash. Say what you get, I1 dash is, it is V1 by RAB, and V1 because it is 54 volts divided by RAB is 27 ohm. So you will get 2 ampere. I1 dash is equal to 2 ampere. So one current, say you got one response because of the V1. Okay, you should get another response. But say we should say what we get, we got I1 dash, but we are interested to find I2 dash. Using current division rule, we can find, so I1 dash is equal to, say main current is, I2 dash, we are interested to find I2 dash. Main current is I1 dash into resistance of the other branch. Resistance of the other branch is, this is 12 ohm. So other branch is, it is 4 divided by sum of the resistors. Say this is 16. 4 plus 12 is 16. And this is equal to 0.5 ampere. Means I2 dash is equal to 0.5 ampere. The same procedure I'll repeat it considering V1 0. Only V1 0. So let us, here I'll write, now let us replace 54 volt source by a short circuit. Directly you can write, let us make a V1 0 or say 54 volts 0. How do I make that 54 volts 0? By short circuiting. So I'll draw the equivalent. Now for this, if I consider, let us consider, say this current. What I do, dear students, I'll little bit change the source. This I consider negative, this positive, this negative, and this positive. So this will be, say, negative, this is positive. So instead of taking both positive, negative, here I have taken negative, positive. In that case, so how is your currently flow? So this I2 dash will be, so I'll consider, because currently flow in this direction, this I consider the current through 12 ohm is I2 double dash, whereas this current I consider it as I3 double dash. Now, as usual, total resistance will calculate. Total resistance. Now, total resistance of the network is, say, dear students, if I say, see from these two terminals, like say for example, I consider this as C and this as D. Between C, D, 12 ohm and 24 ohm both are in parallel and this 4 ohm in series. So I consider RCD is equal to 4 plus 24 parallel with 12. And if you calculate this, it will be equal to, say it is 12 ohm. So this you will get 8 plus 4 is, it is 12 ohm. RCD is equal to 12 ohm. And now say I3 double dash is equal to V2 divided by, say it is V2 divided by RCD. And how much is V2? It is 48 volts divided by 12 ohm, and this is equal to 4 ampere. Say, dear students, just make a correction there. Say, what I have done is I have little bit changed the sign of this. Instead of positive negative, I took negative positive, because this was positive negative. This I took negative positive. Now this is 4 ampere. Now using current division rule, because we want to find I2 dash, using current division I2 double dash, using current division rule, I2 double dash is main current is I3 double dash into resistance of the other branch. Say, dear students, this current, so whatever the current is there, it will divide like this. So between this branch and this branch, it will divide. Here you have 24 volts, and here you have here you have 24 ohm, here you have 12 ohm. The I3 dash will divide between 12 ohm and 24 ohm. So because of that, other branch is 24 into 24 divided by 36. And this, if you calculate, say, you will get this equal to 2.667 ampere, right? So now using superposition theorem, I2 is given by, so look at here students, because of V1, I1 is flowing in this direction. Through this, I2 is flowing in this direction. If I consider I2, because of V1 and V2, I2 is flowing like this. This is just our assumption. When only V1 is present, we considered I2 double dash in this direction. When only V2 is present, we considered I2 double dash in opposite direction. Obviously, if we add both the response, let's say this and this is only V1, this is only V2. During V1, current through 12 ohm resistor is from upward to down, whereas in presence of V2, the current through 12 ohm resistor is downward to upward. Okay, it is flowing in upward direction. Say, whereas here it is flowing in downward direction. So because of that, if I say write I2, so I2 will be equal to, it is I2 dash minus of I2 double dash, because I2 double dash in opposite direction. So now this is equal to, say, I2 dash, how much we have got? Say I2 dash is 0.5 ampere. This is 0.5 ampere minus I2 double dash is 2.667 ampere, and I2 will be equal to, so it is minus 2.17 ampere. And so how I2 will flow the network? So if I draw that network, this is V1, this is V2, this is negative positive, this is positive negative. Say now, say this, like this I2 dash is flowing, and like this I2 double dash is flowing. So this is 24 ohm, this is 4 ohm, and this is 12 ohm. Because I2 double dash is more than I2 dash, obviously the main current, say, I2 will flow in this direction. Here, because I considered in a given circuit, I considered I2 from downward, means top to bottom, it is flowing from top to bottom, nothing but downward. But actual current is flowing like this, you got a negative sign. The negative sign indicates that the actual current is in opposite direction of assumed current. Hope this is clear to you, dear students. One more thing, let me clear. Sir, at the starting you told that we are going to use network theorems for solving complicated network. But this is a very simple network. For such a simple network, say we can just apply a mesh analysis or say node analysis. Within 1 or 2 steps, we'll get the current. We need not have to solve this much. Easily we'll get the current. But using this superposition theorem, say we found, say considering only V1, we found say main current and later branch current, and considering only V2, we found the main current and later the branch current. Then later we added both the branch currents to arrive at the required quantity. So is it not complicated? Yes, dear students, just to demonstrate how superposition theorem will work, I considered a simple network. Obviously, say for this network, say it is, say, a mesh analysis and simple mesh analysis and node analysis will give a fast result compared to a superposition principle. But consider, dear students, if the network is a very complex. When a network is very complex, then say handling that complex network using our basic methods is going to be a tedious and lengthier. In such cases, this particular, say, superposition principle, it means this particular theorem is going to help us to analyze the network in a simple terms. And one more, dear students, say for example, I want to vary the current. I want to adjust the current through this particular, say for example, the application is not just in a simplicity or simple analysis. By default, it will going to give us some more ideas. Like say for example, I want to maintain some current 12 ampere or say 5 ampere flowing through this 12 ohm resistor. Let us consider I want to get I2 is equal to 4 ampere. And I don't know, say given this network, how to get I2, I don't know. If I try to increase say V2, if I try to increase V2, what will happen? The I2 will be negative, because here I can see the effect is deliberately we have got this. Look at this. Because of V1, the I2 will going to increase. Because of V2, the I2 will going to decrease. Because I2 dash is because of V1. This is because of V1 and this is because of V2. If you see, if at all I want to increase I2 positive, then I2 should say V1 should be more than V2. If V1 is more than V2, then we can get I2 positive. Just by increasing V2 more and more, we can make I2 negative. By increasing V1 more and more, we can make I2 positive. This effect even say we can understand. So because this is only two sources. When there are n number of sources, we can understand say each and every source effect. And accordingly, we can adjust the values inside the network. That is one of the very important application of a superposition theorem. Okay, say consider one source at a time. You can find either current or voltage. Here I have considered a current. Even say for example, say you might be asked to find a voltage, because voltage across say 12 ohm resistor or say for example 4 ohm resistor. You need to consider one source at a time and find the response. Later other source, find the response. Like this you should consider for all the sources. Later add those combined response, add all those response to get the total effect or combined effect. Here say the difference between the first and this is I have considered three sources, and among three sources, one is a current source. Okay, this is V1, V2. V1 is 12 volts, V2 is 6 volts, R2 is 4 ohm, and R1 is 2 ohm. So this is 2 ohm. Okay, so very simple. So I have considered simple network again, but say three sources are there. So as I told, I am going to consider the effect of one source at a time. Considering the effect of 12, say initially I'll considering the effect of 12 volt source. So obviously say only 12 volt source I should consider. 12 volt source is that is V1. Remaining all sources must be made zero. Okay, say I'll write as shown in below figure. Now only V1 should be there and remaining sources I and this is V2 should be made zero. How can I make I zero? Because it's a current source. As I told, current source, to make a current source zero, we need to disconnect, means open circuit. To make voltage source zero, we need to short circuit. Okay, so we'll short circuit V2 and open circuit I, and I redraw this network. See, open circuit. This is say short circuit, and here you have one resistor, positive, negative, positive, negative. This is how much? 12 volts. Okay, so this is 4 ohm and this is 2 ohm. Now say what we want here. So using superposition principle, find the current through 2 ohm resistor. So we are supposed to find the current through 2 ohm resistor, nothing but, so we should find I1. Okay, so I1 has been shown in this direction, so we should find that. But dear students, if you look at this 12 volt source, because of this the current will flow in this direction. So that's the reason I consider I1 dash in this direction, because the current will flow like this. It is simple. I1 dash is using Ohm's law. I can write it directly. I1 dash is equal to, so 12 divided by R1 plus, this is 2 plus 4. Okay, directly I can write 12 voltage is 12 volts and resistance is 6 ohm. 12 divided by 6 ohm. Say I1 dash is equal to 2 ampere. So very simple. So now say similarly I am considering. So I'm going to consider now considering the effect of, next is what? Say I'll consider the effect of 6 volt source. Okay, 6 volt source as shown in figure. Say that figure I'll draw. So now except this, I should make remaining sources zero. As usual, this is open and this is short. Okay, So redrawing that network. Dear students, if you see these 6 volts, now the current is flowing in this direction. Okay, because of these 6 volts, the current will flow in this direction. For that purpose, I consider I1 double dash 2 plus 4 is 6. Okay, so nothing but so it is I1 double dash is equal to 1 ampere. So simple network. I have considered a simple network. Next is I'm going to consider the effect of current source, effect of 3 ampere source. Okay, so now say I should consider only this and remaining 2 sources must be made zero because both are voltage sources. Only 3 ampere current source should be there, and this is 4 ohm. Here there is V2 is made short circuited, and this is V1 is made short circuited, and here this is a R1 2 ohm resistor, and this is R2 which is 4 ohm resistor. Now say because of this 3 ampere source, the current will flow in this direction through this, which I call it as a I1 triple dash. Okay, so I1 using say current division rule, so we can find I1 triple dash which is equal to main current, so that is 3 ampere. So this is 12 divided by 6. Okay, so obviously I1 triple dash is equal to 2 ampere. Now using superposition principle, I1 is equal to, so we are interested to find I1, so that is this current. Look at dear students, I1 is up downward, I1 dash is upward, because of that I consider this negative. I1 double dash is downward, I consider it as positive. I1 triple dash is also downward, I consider it positive. So means I1 will be minus I1 dash plus I1 double dash plus I1 triple dash, which is equal to minus 2 ampere plus 1 ampere plus 2 ampere, so is equal to 1 ampere. So I1 is 1 ampere. Since we found I1 using superposition principle. So hope this is clear to all of you. So with this, I'll proceed further to the next one. So this is the network, given network. For this network using superposition, we should find V5. Okay, and so we have R1 here, R2, R3, R4, R5, and this is V1, V2, and this is I current source. As usual, we'll consider the effect of one source at a time, considering the effect of V1. So if we consider only effect of V1, say this will become short circuit and this will become open circuit. So it means this current source will be open circuited, this V2 will be short circuited. I'll redraw this. Here you have R5 which is 4 ohm resistor. This will be open circuited. Here you have 12 ohm. Parallel with this you have 4 ohm because V2 is short circuited. This is 12 ohm, R4, this is 4 ohm, R2, and here V1 is, we consider only V1. So this is 6 ohm, this V1 is 12 volts, and this side we have 30 ohm. This is 30 ohm which is R3, and this one is R1. So right dear students, say here for this we are supposed to find the voltage across this. So because of this, let us consider, see, here I have considered plus and minus to find V5. Say the V5 should be found say with this polarity, but here you need not have to. Either you can consider plus and minus or minus and plus, doesn't make any difference. So what I do, say I'll consider V5 dash like say minus and plus. So either it will add or it will be subtracted. Later we'll see that. And if I want to find R5 here, first and foremost I'll find the total resistance of this network looking at this point. So looking at these 2 points, so I'm going to find the total. Say might be this is A and this is say for example B. Means across V1, across V1 I'm going to find the total resistance. Before say this is A, this is B. Let me find across A and B what the resistance we get. Okay. So if you see dear students, these 2 resistances are in parallel. It's very simple. 12 ohm and 4 ohm are in parallel. This parallel combination will come in series with this R5. And later, say, look at this and this both will be in parallel. Means this R3 and this whole combination will be in parallel. I repeat, R4 and R2 in parallel. Okay, so directly even I can write, say how do I write here? Say RAB is equal to, say here I'll write RAB is equal to, say first and foremost 12 and 4 both are in parallel. I'll directly write 12 is parallel with 4. And to this parallel combination, this R5 is in series. R5 is nothing but 4 ohm. It is in series means plus 4, right? Now, so this whole combination, for this whole combination, this R3 is in parallel. R3 is 30. This is parallel. Okay, very simple. So this is equal to, say 12 into 4, so that is divided by 16, that is, okay, 12 into 4 divided by 16 is nothing but 3. Okay, this is 3 plus 4, combination is in parallel with 30. And this is nothing but 7 is in parallel with 30. That's nothing but 30 into 7 divided by 37 is 5 point, it is 5.67567 ohm. So this is RAB. I hope you understood how to get this. So we found RAB. So this RAB, so now, so if I draw this network, again, considering RAB, so we'll get like this. Look at these stones. This is negative, positive, negative, positive. And I have not considered R1. R1 will be as it is. This is R1, this is V1, this is R1, and here our RAB will come. Because this I considered AB, so this is RAB, and RAB will be equal to, say, 5.67567 ohm. So now, say, easily we can find the current. So because of this, okay, so we can, what we can find, say directly I'll find the voltage across this RAB. Whatever the voltage is there, so that I'll find it. So using voltage division rule, we can find, because we are interested to find voltage. Because of that, I go and find the voltage. First, I'll find the voltage across RAB. Voltage across RAB is nothing but it's a voltage that is the combined voltage across all these elements, which is R3, R2, R4, and R5. So VAB, voltage across RAB, I consider it as VAB, which is equal to main voltage, that is V1, into resistance of the branch RAB divided by sum of the resistor, that is R1 plus RAB. And if you substitute, it is 12 into 5.67567 divided by 12 plus 5.67567. Say 12 plus 5.67567. Now say if we calculate this, VAB will be equal to, so let us calculate, this is already RAB into 12 divided by 6 plus answer is equal to, it is 5.833. Okay, so it is 5.833 volts is our VAB. Now dear students, after getting VAB, how can we find the voltage that is across R5? See here dear students, VAB, say this RAB is 7 ohm parallel with 30 ohm. Nothing but, say across 7 ohm and 30 ohm, there will be same voltage. Look at this. 7 ohm. 7 ohm is nothing but a combination of, parallel combination of this and series combination of this. Across this and 30 ohm, there will be same voltage. I'll write here as RAB 7 ohm parallel with 30 ohm. So this implies, there will be same voltage across 7 ohm and 30 ohm, because in parallel there will be same voltage. Say in 30 and 7 is combination of this, right? Now let us say we are not interested in a voltage across 30 ohm, but we are interested in a voltage across this 7 ohm, because in 7 ohm our 4 ohm is also there. So next, how do I consider? But look at this, but 7 ohm is what? This 7 ohm is actually 3 ohm plus 4 ohm, okay? And so because we are interested to find a voltage across 4 ohm, means series combination. In a series combination, the voltage will divide. Obviously, so what I do, this implies V5 dash is equal to, which is a voltage across, say 4 ohm resistor. It is given by, say I'm going to say right here VAB, because same voltage will be there, VAB, say into, say resistance of the, say look at this here, say this resistance. What is the resistance? And we are finding a voltage that is V5. This voltage is VAB is the main voltage into resistance of the other branch. Resistance of the branch is R5. divided by R5 plus R. Another resistance is parallel combination of these two. So which is nothing but 3 ohm, but I'll write 12 ohm parallel with 4 ohm. So I repeat this, dear students. VAB is voltage across RAB. But what is RAB? RAB is a 7 ohm parallel with 30 ohm. 7 ohm is from 3 plus 4 ohm, and this 3 ohm is from 12 ohm parallel with 4 ohm. This is 3 ohm, 12 ohm parallel with 4 ohm. 3 ohm plus 4 ohm is 7 ohm. This 7 ohm is in parallel with 30 ohm. Across 30 ohm and 7 ohm, there is the same voltage, that is VAB. Now, across this voltage will divide. Here you have 3 ohm, here you have 4 ohm. That's what I am writing. So across this, if at all we want VAB into R5 divided by R5 plus, this is 3 ohm is 12 ohm parallel 4 ohm. Before I proceed further, say, is this clear, dear students? If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Say, is this clear how I have written V5? Hope this is clear to all of you. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. So now here, so I'll write it. Say V5 dash is equal to, say VAB is how much? It is 5.88, 5.833 into, say R5 is 4 divided by 4 plus 3, because this combination you will get 3. Now, so if you calculate this is equal to, this already you have VAB into 4 divided by 7 is equal to, it is 3.333. 3.333 volts is V5 dash. You obtain the effect of one source on a R5, right? So now considering the effect of, next is V2. Effect of V2 as shown, say in below figure, as shown in below figure. So if you see, dear students, say as now, say we want to consider effect of V2, obviously this will be short circuited and this will be open circuited. By short circuiting this and open circuiting this, I'll redraw it. Here you have 30 ohm, because we will short circuit V1. This is 6 ohm, and here I is open circuited, and here you have 12 ohm. So this is 4 ohm and positive, negative, your V2. V2 is 8 volts. R2 is 4 ohm. Okay, and here you have R5. Okay, and R5 is basically 4 ohm. And across R5, this time, say we are supposed to find, say V5 double dash. Now say V5 double dash we'll find with minus and plus. Okay, say as usual the same procedure I'll adopt. Say this voltage, that is let us consider, say some RCD. Say I'm going to find a voltage across these two, say which I'll find it as a CD. I'll consider this as C and D. I'm going to find a voltage across RCD, which I consider it as a, here, say here itself, here I'll write. So now RCD, first parallel, say the total resistance we should find, RCD is equal to, if you see these two are in parallel, this parallel combination is in series with this, and total combination is in parallel with this. Very simple. First 30 ohm is parallel with the 6 ohm, and this parallel combination is in series with 4 ohm. This is 4 ohm, and this total combination is in parallel with 12 ohm. This is 12. these two are in parallel, this parallel combination in series with this 4 ohm, and this whole combination is in parallel with the 12 ohm. Directly I have written. And now this is equal to 30 into 6 divided by 30 plus 6. 30 into 6 divided by 36 is, it is 5 plus 4, and this combination is in parallel with 12. Okay, so that is 9 into 12 divided by 9 into 12 divided by 9 plus 12 is 21 is equal to 5.14. Say RCD is equal to, directly I have written, so it is 5.14286 ohm. This is RCD. So now, as usual, dear students, I want to find VCD. VCD is voltage across this CD. Okay. Same. The total resistance, main voltage is 8 volts into RCD divided by RCD plus of R2. Okay. So because if you want to say here, this total resistance will be RCD. This side total resistance will be RCD. Here it is R2. Using voltage division rule, we can find. Okay. Say VCD, say which is a voltage across RCD is equal to 8 into RCD divided by, say, RCD plus R2. And substituting, say you will get, say you substitute and calculate, this is 8 into, already I have RCD divided by answer plus R2. R2 is how much? R2 is 4. So we will get equal to 4.5. So it is 4.5 volts. VCD is now 4.5 volts. Right? Now this VCD will divide. So as usual, as we adopted earlier, say if you see this same across 5 plus 4, say nothing but, say for this combination. Across this and this, there will be same voltage. 5 plus 4 and 12. Okay. Say nothing but this is one voltage and this is another voltage. This is one branch and this is another branch. Across this branch you have a VCD, and across this everything you have VCD. Okay. So from circuit, voltage across, parallel combination of voltage across 30 parallel 6 plus 4 is VCD. Okay, this is VCD. Right. So now I'm interested to find voltage across this. Directly I can find. Okay. So because of that, say here R5 double dash is equal to VCD into, main voltage will be VCD into resistance of the branch is 4 divided by 4 plus combination of this. Say this is 5, and now this is equal to, it is 4.5 into 4 divided by 9. Because 4 plus 5 is 9. It is 2 volts. V5 double dash is equal to 2 volts. So this is a second effect. This is second result because of considering the effect of V2. Okay. So now we have left with only one source, last one. Now considering the effect of 6 ampere source as shown below. So now dear students, if you take up this, see this is our 6 ampere source. We should consider only this, and this should be short circuit. So this analysis is very simple, because if we short circuit these two are in parallel, these two are in parallel, and this is, say, this is something like a pi network. Okay, so we'll see this. Here there is R5, nothing but 4 ohm, and across this we have a current source whose value is 6 ampere, and here you have one resistor, here you have other, this is 6 ohm, this is 12 ohm, parallel with the 12 ohm you have 4 ohm, and parallel with 6 ohm you have 30 ohm. So this is the network that you will get. So now it is very simple to analyze this network, dear students. How can we analyze? Look at this. We are interested to find V5 triple dash, and I'll consider this V5 triple dash like positive and negative. And this particular, so how I'll calculate this combination. This combination is 30 parallel with 6 is nothing but 5 ohm. Okay, and this combination is 12 parallel with 4, so which is nothing but a 3 ohm. And I'll redraw this. By considering this, I'll redraw. So how you get? Say here you have a current source. In this direction you have a current source 6 ampere. And dear students, look at this. This is 5 ohm and this is 3 ohm. And these two combinations are in series. Look at this. This is one resistor 5 ohm. This is another resistor which is 3 ohm. Both are in series. I can add both and draw the only one resistor whose value is 5 plus 3 is 8 ohm. This is 8 ohm. And another resistor you have this side which is 4 ohm. This is 4 ohm. Right? So here you are supposed to find V3 triple dash with positive and negative. And this is 6 amperes. So a simple thing now. So using current division rule you can find. So here say this is some current I. I is equal to 6 ampere and I will consider this as some current I dash. Okay. Using current division rule, so how can we find I dash is equal to, say main current is 6 ampere into resistance of the other branch is 8 divided by sum of the resistors 8 plus 4, so which is equal to, it is 48 divided by 16, it is so 4, 56, okay, it is 4 ampere. I dash is 4 amperes, so which is a current flowing through this. Okay, so now say V5 triple dash is 4 ohm into I dash. It is I dash into 4 ohm, which is equal to, say 4 into 4 is 16 volts. V5 triple dash is 16 volts. Now dear students, using superposition principle, so let us use superposition principle to find V5. First and foremost, look at this. V5 is a positive negative. V5 dash is a negative positive. Because of that, this will be minus V5 dash. Okay. And V5 double dash, we should see. Say, look at this. V5 double dash is also minus positive. Minus V5 double dash. And now if you see V5 triple dash, it is plus minus. This is plus V5 triple dash. And now if you add up all this, how much we get? This is V5 dash is this 3 point minus 3.33 volts minus V5 double dash is 4.5 volts plus of 16 volts, and this is equal to 16 minus 3.33 minus 4.5 is equal to 8. So this is 4.5. No, sorry. V5 double dash is how much? V5 double dash is 2 volts. This is 2 volts. V5 double dash is 2 volts. 16 minus 3.33 minus 2 is 10.67. It is 10.667 volts is our V5. So hope this is clear to all of you. So this was a given network. So we were supposed to find a V5. So considering one source at a time, we found. So because there were 3 sources, we found V1 dash, V1 double dash, V1 triple dash. And by adding all those, we obtained V5. Hope this is clear to all of you. Thank you. Thank you for watching.